In this video, we're going to learn about proportions and how to solve them. A proportion states that two ratios or rates are equal. So as an example, we have two rates being equal here. 10 dogs is to 5 cans as 2 dogs is to 1 can. Now, I want you to think of this like if 10 dogs eat 5 cans of dog food, that's the same as 2 dogs eating 1 can of dog food, right? Because there's 2 dogs for every can. So that's what this first relationship says here. Okay. For the second relationship, $5 is to 12 bananas, as $10 is to 24 bananas. Which makes sense, right? If $5 gives you 12 bananas, that's the same as $10 buying you 24 bananas. The last one, notice, is just two fractions, right? 3/5 equals 9/15. Notice that's why it says up there that it's ratios or rates. So we have something called the cross products rule. It says if A over B equals C over D, then AD equals BC. Okay? That just means that when you have a proportion, I want you to think about multiplying A times D and C times B and setting them equal to each other. It's called the cross products rule. These are called cross products, and so really what the rule says is that cross products are equal. Okay, why is this useful? We're going to use that for solving a proportion. Solving a proportion means to solve the equation. So all you're trying to do then is to find the value of the variable, right? That's what it means to solve an equation. So how do we do this? So to solve a proportion, what you're going to do is use the cross products rule, and then we're going to isolate the variable. Okay, so there's only two things you have to worry about doing, right? Using the rule and then isolating the variable. Okay? So let's do some examples. Solve the following proportions, and we're going to round to the nearest tenth if necessary. So the first one says V over 11 equals 7 over 13. So I'm going to use the cross products rule. I'm going to multiply the diagonals here. So that means 13V is equal to 7 times 11 is 77. So now we just divide both sides by 13. So what is 77 divided by 13? Let's use our trusty calculators here. 77 divided by 13 is 5.923, or if we round it to the nearest tenth, it's going to be V equals 5.9. And I'm going to do the approximate symbol just because we know this is approximately the answer. Alright, so that's all we do. All we're going to do is multiply the diagonals and then get the variable by itself. Okay, let's try the second problem. Okay, the second problem is a little trickier because we have y minus 3 instead of a y. Although it's the exact same thing, we're going to just multiply the diagonals. So we have 4 times 10, let me actually write it like this time, is equal to 5 times y minus 3. You'll notice that that whole thing went in parentheses there. 4 times 10 is 40, right? So we get 40 equals 5y minus 15. So we're going to isolate the variable. We're going to add 15 to both sides. We get 5y, or 55 over here, equals 5y. And then we're going to divide both sides by 5. We get y equals 11. That time it's exact. Remember, two things we did here. The first one was to multiply the diagonals. That's where we got this guy from. And then we just solved the equation like we learned how to do in the beginning of the class. Okay, we're going to do another one. This will be our last one. Negative 10 over x equals negative 15 over x plus 3. We're going to multiply here. And this is what we get. Now we just solve the equation. So we're going to distribute the negative 10. We get negative 10x minus 30 equals negative 15x. Let's go ahead and add 30. Sorry, it's a little more efficient if we add the 10x to both sides. If we do that, we get negative 30 equals negative 5x. And we divide both sides by negative 5, but negative divided by negative is positive. We end up with x equals 6. Okay, so that is it for this section. Hopefully those 3 examples were enough to get you through this. Thank you very much for watching.